All right, so this is a quick trend review of the action today, and we're just going to go over some market action. Time 8:30, from 8:30 onwards. All right, first things first. First things first is how to you have to do the analysis first, right? So how is that done? So I'm going to answer that question on how the analysis is done, higher time frame and then lower time frame. So the first is obviously trend analysis. That goes first. All right. I do. Okay, good. Second is support and resistance. And then the third thing is levels. Levels and support and resistance are a little bit different. Levels, I'm actually looking because that's what the trades will be. All right, so trend analysis is very straightforward. You do your trend line, your Fibonacci or whatever it is that you're measuring the pullbacks in the trend. I don't use all the fib levels. I find it's too, I cannot read it. There's just too many things to look at. So anyway, to make a long story short, it's basically trend analysis, support and resistance, what happens at support and resistance. And I've said multiple times, it's only a couple of things. Either you get a breakout, either you get an upthrust or spring, or you get a failure, which is failure to follow through, or you get absorption. Those four happen, and after that you get a test. All right, so it's really straightforward. Those are the behaviors you need to expect. That's what's going to happen. Why? This will help you learn to read the markets. If you look at every single brick or every single bar, you go crazy. You cannot read it because it's too much information, and there's a lot of randomness as well. But if you look at the key points like support and resistance, it'll allow you to very clearly see what's going on by limiting your focus to what matters. And finally, levels. Levels are just areas you want to have programmed in your head on where the turning points occur, because your trades will be there. So what are the levels? Obviously, the most obvious ones are there's spring, upthrust, there's ice and creek, there's the low bar, the high bar, there's the high volume bricks, and there's the counter trend against the rally high. You could also do counter trending, but you got to be a little careful with that. All right, so anyway, let's start. We'll start off with here. So first thing we notice is the higher time frame. So I'm over here. The market pulled back, and over here, what is the first thing you notice? Notice this, which is the heavy price volume selling. And can we find a level? All we know is on the higher time frame, it has pulled back to this high volume brick. All right. From that high volume brick, there's a potential rally, but it's getting rejected. So where's the high volume brick? Where's my rectangle? Here it is, the 21. See this area? Someone's trying to do something here. I don't know what they're doing. They're probably bouncing off that. I don't know. But off of this area is where you should expect something to happen. Because this is exactly where the market started attempting to rally, right? But it gets rejected. All right. So that high volume brick the market tried to rally. You see very clearly here and here. This you should have already be ready for. And you're ready to go long, but the first pullback is so heavy that you back off because you understand that those rallies are being sold. Cannot touch it. So it goes down, 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 down. As soon as it goes down like that, what's the next? You're gonna look at the low bar. You're gonna look at other areas, and you notice that the market is tapping in here. Where is that? That's against this wick-like brick right over here. It's nothing special. So what? It's not gonna hold. It's nothing special. I don't see anything special about this. Zilch. So even the rally, I'd be very cautious of. In any case, now you remember you're coordinating both the higher time frame and lower time frame, and this requires some thought. You gotta take some time because you're coordinating the trends, the support and resistance and levels, and then turning points of what's happening for both two time frames. So it's not gonna happen overnight, and you just have to just do it. All right. So first thing here, we'll check this trend. Now, you know the old saying, it's not about trend line breaking, it's how it breaks. The key thing here is when that trend line breaks, you want to see how it breaks. So how it breaks, it has to break or should break with a violent break that is a change of behavior. What do you see here? That is a valid trend line break. That immediately, from my experience, those are the breaks that matter, not the slight penetrations of the trend line, because the slight penetrations of trend line could just mean that the buying is less strong or the selling is less strong. It's still there, but it's not as strong as it was before. On the other hand, if in this downtrend you have a violent break like this on heavy price volume, that's a break. That's a trend break. All right, that's how you use trend lines, not the other shit that's on YouTube. I don't know. They're using 50 MA with trend line. I have no idea what what they're doing. All right. So again, this is the break, a violent break. Why? Because the biggest volume on 32 waves and the biggest price wave in 32 waves, biggest volume in 13 waves with that higher high. For sure, trend is broken. Not only is it broken, but you got to get ready for pullbacks. While you're doing this, you must see where are you on the higher time frame and why is it rallying? I don't know why it's rallying. But when it does this, it's typically a down rally reversal. All right, so the level here is actually a rally reversal. Do we have any breakouts? This is the breakdown right there. That's the breakdown against this area. That's the rally. We are pulling back. What are we going to do? Test the breakdown and go to the high bar. That's what's going to happen. Why? I don't know, but this is the way markets work. All right, so it's going to be a low. This right here is a high bar test. This right here is another test. All right, so just get ready. This is a counter trend to the high bar. So break, full pullback, and do whatever you do. Do not short, because you don't really have evidence, right, to short. So we're going to take a look over here and see what's going on. This move up here was supported by 406 stocks with the biggest move in 49 waves. I mean, higher, higher, high, higher, high, higher, high. There is some selling here, 282 stocks, but you see that's not enough. Not enough relative to all of this buying action up here with one wave. Especially the response to that is crazy. 568. What is worrisome though is from this, the selling wave here is too strong. 2.8 million. So I'd be wary of any rallies because it's breaking the low. You see that? Breaking the low, so I'd be worrisome. Even if you go long, you gotta get the F out because you gotta take profits quick or get out quick or whatever. Just because things are not confirming. Price volume behavior is not confirming, right? If I tell you this move here is on 1.8 million and 1.4 million, that's good. That means we're ready to rally. That's good money coming in net. But once this pullback occurs here, like up to this point, you're in an uptrend. You have good volume, supported, market breadth, all of that. But after this, I don't think so. Like immediately, you know that these are just pullbacks to test, and I don't know when it's going to break, but it's going to break. So you just wait. And what you see right here is when the bears reveal themselves. When that happens, you're always looking for breaks. So I guess this was the break. I'm not really sure, but this is a high volume break. About 12, near 1220. And then this is a full test maybe. So full test. Yikes. I mean, all this shit is going on. It's very difficult to read. A little bit of chop. But the idea here, you could see in the high time frame, there's a breakdown, there's a rally, there's not one test, two tests. This is not good. This right here could be a springboard to puke. See this there? This right here? This is really, really bad. This up, down, up, down, up, down. This could be a potential springboard for a breakdown, serious breakdown into markdown. I know this because I know this. So, ooh, that's really, really, really bad for the bulls. So now I'm looking at this, and I see that the selling that came from this even is just red, 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 red. So here, is this a breakout? I don't know. But I know this behavior here. And I'll explain a little bit. So market goes immediately. You're gonna watch that high bar. Why? Like when you're doing this long enough, you know where the market is going to encounter selling. Like the high bars here are where. Look over here. Right here, you see rally down, pull back to test what? The high bar. Pull down, rally. Where does it test? The high bar. Just one brick higher than the prior high, but right into that area. Now, making a lower low, where do you think it's going to test? It's going to test the high bar. Where did it test? Tested the high bar. So, this is a big situation, like really not good situation for the bulls. Because from my read here, the market rallied down right here, right? And now it is at the high bar. That's exactly where I expect selling against this area to occur. Exactly where I expect it. What do you do now? You confirm that it's occurring. How do you know? It goes to that area. You have all this price volume up here. And what happens? That's the minor climax. And here is the start, not the start, but the selling from the high, right into the close. So this market is screwed. And you want to always draw. And I know a lot of folks will say, don't draw a trend line. I hated drawing trend lines. I didn't believe in them, but until I've seen their value. And they are valuable, let me tell you. If you know what you're doing, they're very valuable. Because you can see, as I explained, the way the trends break. Look at this. It's breaking on big volume, big price move. That's what you want to see. That's how trends break, right? So this is broken. All right. Now what? Now I just chillax. The market closed. Yeah, market closed. This whole thing was like a pull back to test, I think. Alright. So long story short, yeah. So we had the higher time frame pulling back into the high volume brick. That's the first level. And what happened? It failed. It was actually absorbed. It was absorbed by the sellers, broke down, then tested and all that shit. So you see, let me just keep it simple. This is a minor trend right here in the lower time frame. You have your change of behavior breakout, blah, 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 goes up. And here's your selling starts again, tat, tat, done. And so, okay, so what's the next step? Next step is you must, you're looking to see what happens here. Are they going to absorb, and will this be a failure to break out to the high? Or will this go down low, take out the low? All right, so immediately you want to draw the that level, and you want to see what's going to happen here. This is a low bar, high bar test from the high bar, selling coming in from the high bar. Really smooth. The only thing is I don't really see any violent breakdowns here. So we'll find out. All right. All we see is there's some climactic volume here and there's selling pressure here. Very important. All right, folks, that's all. Thank you.